Is the Bible reliable? In other words, is it reasonable to believe that we still have what the authors originally wrote? Let's look at the evidence. There are some 24,000 handwritten copies of the 27 books that make up the New Testament. The oldest fragment is dated to within decades of the original, and the oldest complete New Testament is less than 300 years from the originals. Compare that to the second best preserved ancient work, Homer's The Iliad, with 643 copies, the oldest at 500 years from the original. Then there's Sophocles with 193 copies at 1400 years, Aristotle with 49 copies at 1400 years, and so on. So for an ancient document, the attestation of the New Testament is extraordinary. But how accurate are those copies? The New Testament record has 40 lines of textual corruption with an accuracy of 99.5%. The Iliad has 764 lines of corruption with an accuracy of 95%. But let's get some more detail. Some claim there are as many as 400,000 textual variants across the New Testament record. That's a lot, so it's a good thing we have textual criticism, which, very simplified, works something like this. There's an original, which we don't have, and there are copies and copies of copies that we do have. So say someone accidentally or intentionally changed something here, here, and here. Well, they just work backwards through all the copies, pinpoint the history of the changes, and reconstruct what the original looked like. Of those 400,000 variants, the overwhelming majority are due to things like spelling, grammar, and other common scribal errors. Less than 1% of those variants actually affect the meaning of the text, and only a fraction of those are considered unresolved by textual criticism. But not one Christian teaching or belief is dependent on or changed by any variant. What about the canon, the list of books considered to be scripture? The canon started taking shape right away as the apostles already considered each other's work as scripture. Then, people who were taught by the apostles started collecting books that, 1. were from trusted sources, and 2. were consistent with apostolic teaching. Having been specifically warned about counterfeits by the apostles, they were ready and able to spot them. Many think that the canon was imposed by the Council of Nicaea, but we have record of a nearly identical canon at least 150 years earlier. There's really no room for some conspiratorial, untraceable, universally reaching perversion of the New Testament. So is it reasonable to trust that we have the teachings of Christianity as intended by the original authors? Yeah, all the evidence points in that direction with an impressive amount of certainty. So to insist that the Bible has been changed or corrupted beyond recognition is a conspicuously uninformed bias.